When you hear about remittances from abroad, the cash would be coming into projects like these. Kitisuru Amani Gardens is a project of JRN Investment Group that brings together over 300 Kenyans living in the US. It is located on the outskirts of the posh Kitisuru on the Nairobi-Kiambu border. Works are ongoing. I find the principal architect Francis Gitau Mungai and Javier Singh, the CEO of Landmark Holdings, the main contractor for this project, inspecting the works.
What ordinarily happens is that people back home are told, no, don't use a contractor because a contractor is expensive. Don't use professionals because professionals are expensive. And in the end, what they do is that they lose the money they would have spent on professionals, and they also lose the money they thought they would save by using Juakali contractors, and it's a sort of disaster. But a project like this is a testimony that you can have Kenyans living abroad, investing effectively, and getting the project done to the standards that they know back in America where they live.
So we are about just over 50% of the project. We are on the verge of completing all the structures. We are also at the moment completing the sample house, which will be ready in the next 1 month for our buyers and clients to view. So we're progressing very well. We expect to finish the project next year, towards the end of next year, and everything is on schedule and we're moving on very, very well.
In Atlanta, Georgia, I met Wilson Kimani, the Chief Finance Officer of JRN Investment Group.
We created JRN Investment Group specifically to come and develop ourselves. We are laser-focused investment. We are not a church organization, we are not a social organization. We try to keep all that out of the group and just stay focused on
no politics.
We don't do politics.
And is the membership to the group limited to the US?
The organization was formed about 5 years ago, solely started by diasporans in the US. We have now seen it expand also to other diasporans in UK. There are some diasporans who were in the US, have relocated back to Kenya.
The Kitisuru Amani Gardens is being constructed in phases.
Learning from previous organizations, we want to go step by step. Yeah, phase 1, yes, all those they are sold out. We just have a few more to go, and then phase 2 is already now up for sale for those who.
So where is phase 2?
Phase 2, we are building, it's 3 blocks. So phase 1 is 1 block, block B, and then phase 2 is block A and C.
We have in total 87 units, and we have got 2-bedroom units and 3-bedroom units. All the units are self-contained master bedroom. They have got facilities like washing areas for dobbies and washing machines. They have open kitchens. They have terraces. But on top of that, we have other facilities. Like, for example, we have got a clubhouse, we have swimming pool, and we have got a roof garden. So they're quite unique units.
Their rule, according to Kimani, is to use tested and reliable professionals.
You want to use professionals if you want to do the job right. Like, for example, our architect, he takes care of every single detail in Kenya while we're here. That construction, as you see as it is, we have not been there to see it. We have a professional who's doing his job. We have a contractor who's doing his job. We have had the story of people being sent pictures of almost complete buildings to get there and find nothing. We have learned our lessons, and now we've come to know there are better ways of doing these things.
The group also decided to go the route of self-funding.
We do not have any bank facilities. That's a huge advantage. And for many people, it goes without saying. We have seen great, big organizations that have been there for many years that have gotten in trouble, have had some major challenges because of probably not being able to facilitate their bank their bank loans and all that. Not willing, but maybe as we have seen what COVID has done, you have to honor your obligation with them. So when you, with people like us who are fully funded, you tend to alleviate, you tend to cushion.
We have created over 200 to 300 jobs over the last 1 year, and we continue to create and educate workers. We did have a little bit of a slowdown with COVID. However, with our proper safety measures, we have been able to continue to work at the site and continue to provide people jobs even during this very trying time. All of our machine operators, all of our supervisory staff, all of them are local Kenyans.
We are doing something very unique here. We are trying to become part of building our country. We have also realized that we can help grow the economy. We feel so proud right now when we get daily reports that there have been several hundred people there working every day. And we know those are families that we are able to help or feed. It's a great pride. It's a great joy, because then we feel that at least that we are making a change.
This is a very unique project. Number one, the location. It is located in one of the richest suburbs of Nairobi, Kitusuru. But because it is on the Kiambu side of the divide, because we're right on the border, we have freedom to do things that ordinarily you wouldn't have done had it been within the Nairobi borders. So we are able to do apartments which are luxurious in nature, and also taking advantage of what the neighborhood has, with open kitchens, the American styles, self-contained bedrooms, and the wonderful views that you have that you would not have in other areas.
The shareholders are able to monitor the progress of the project through technology.
It is very interesting because we are in a stage of COVID, and in COVID, you know, something people never knew about, Zoom meetings that we have with our clients, and we have meetings as if they are here. But on top of that, they get progress report every week by way of video cameras, which we use drones to show them progress. And also, when we have meetings, sometimes we invite them into our meetings. So it is like they are present. But even though the COVID slowed down the project, we are still progressing, and it is quite effective.
We have 2-bedroom house and 3-bedroom house. 2-bedroom house goes for 11 million. 3-bedroom house goes for 14 million. The terms of payment is we do a deposit, a commitment fee of 10%. And then the 80% you do during the construction. The other 10% you do when you are exchanging the key with the house, when you are handling over.
In October 2020, Kenyans in the diaspora remitted back home over 26 billion Kenya shillings, according to the Central Bank of Kenya. In 2019, total remittances amounted to over 250 billion shillings. North America is the leading source, followed by Europe.
Maybe the only thing I would like to emphasize is that Kenyans out there are afraid of investing home. And the reason why they are afraid is because they have lost money. But they lose money because of the method and the systems that they use to invest. There are people like us, professionally trained, who can take through the process of investing home without any exposure at all, or without losing money at all. Because the way this system operates is that the contractor builds. Once he builds, we value the work. Once you're convinced it is within the standards and the comfort of what is required, we then advise the client to pay. So the key here is that you are paying after building, not before. You don't pay advance payment. You pay once the work is done and valued and satisfied by the professionals. That is correct. So there's no risk at all. But you have to get the correct professionals, and you have to get the correct contractors.
Back to Kimani in Atlanta. And why is it important to invest back home?
They say east or west home is best. And that question could not be more timely than now. We have seen how quickly things can turn around with this COVID. We have seen political instability and hostility towards immigrants. Anything happened, like turmoil or political instability, and I had to relocate back to Kenya, where would I go? There's also a good number of people who are here who strongly, they would like to work, invest, raise their kids here, but they do not intend to grow old here and end up in nursing homes.